Hey, welcome to Out of Spec Bits. My name is Cameron, and today I'm going to show you all our 2024 very slightly used Honda Prologue that we got. This car had an original MSRP of close to $55,000, and we just picked one up with about 4,000 miles on it for only $32,000. So I kind of want to walk you through all of the features and everything of this car. This is the mid-grade, the mid trim of the Honda Prologue. It's the touring version. And so this car has an 85 kilowatt hour usable battery, a 90 kilowatt hour gross battery in it, and we got it for $32,000. So I'm going to show you guys around it today and talk about why you should maybe think about getting one. So let's get into it. All right, so like I said, we got this car for about 32 grand, and the original MSRP on this was about 55 grand. So we got a significant discount, but the risk that we are kind of you're playing with the used EV market right now, is that you don't really know where the floor is. So a month from now, this car could be worth 20 grand. So nobody really knows, and so that's kind of the risk that you're playing. But this is my wife's first electric vehicle, and we're planning on keeping this until it's paid off in 4, 5, 6 years. So the resale value doesn't really mean a whole lot for us. I feel like we paid a good price for this car. This is a lot of car for only 32 grand. So what we used to find this deal is we used cars.com and we used Auto Trader. And I live in East Tennessee, so there's not a lot of EVs here in East Tennessee. So I had to travel to Wilmington, North Carolina to get this car. There were several, there were some up in Ohio, some in Virginia, some in Alabama. It was all within like a 350 mile radius. So about like a 6-hour drive either way. So my wife and we have a newborn baby. We just took a one-day trip to go trade her car for this, and she loves it. I love it. I think it's a great car. So yeah, I mean, we got a really good deal on it. We had to drive a little bit to go get it, but whenever you kind of set the whole country as your market, then you can really get a really good price. So luckily I didn't have to travel to like the other side of the country or anything like that. I kind of kept it within a 300, 400 mile radius, and we got a good deal, I feel like. So that's what you can do. That's what I would recommend to you if you are looking at getting one of these. So I just want to show you around the exterior of this car, kind of the features that it has, and show you really why this is a very good car, a lot of car for only 32 grand. So I'll show you the exterior of this car. All right, so this is the exterior of the car that we got. Again, it only has about 4,000 miles on it. The people who had it before us had it on a lease for about 6 months, and so this car is very fresh. The only thing they really did to it is they blacked out the emblems on both the back, the front here on the Prologue, and the all-wheel drive. And then they also added the tow hitch from Honda, which that is about a $1,500 option. So that is a nice feature to have. We don't ever tow, but it's nice to know that we can if we need to. This is the interior of the car. It has some ambient lighting here. On the Elite trim, it has ambient lighting over here on the doors, but just here on the Touring trim, that is the only ambient lighting that you get. It has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it also has a wireless charger here, which is actually very good. It is about 15 watts, and it'll actually charge your phone pretty quickly, and it does not overheat my iPhone, which is actually kind of surprising. So this car is totally built by GM. Even whenever you open the driver's side door over here, you can hear the little GM chime, and it's kind of funny because it's a Honda, but it's a GM. This is basically just a Chevy Blazer. So this is a little heads-up display. The only thing I do not like about this heads-up display is that you can't see the state of charge. So you can't see the state of charge anywhere in this car while you're driving it. The only way that you kind of can is you have to press this button here, and you have to switch to that one right there. So you can see here that we are about 60%. So it still doesn't give you an actual readout of the state of charge, but that's about it. So what I would recommend is getting an OBD2 reader. You can get those for about $30, and you can just put it in down here under the little footwell, and you can connect it to like Car Scanner or an app like that, and you can see all the nerdy data that us out of spec viewers love to see. All right, so moving over here to the other side of the car, the charge port is right here, and it's kind of hard to open, but there you go. So it's a manual charge door, which I prefer, especially over the Chevy Blazer. But so this has standard J1772 and CCS for fast charging, and it does charge at 48 amps. So we can charge here with a Tesla wall connector we can get about 11 to 12 kilowatts average, and so this car charges pretty quickly on that. Moving to the back seat, I will say that this car does have a lot of room width-wise, but it does not have a whole lot of room lengthwise. So my wife and I are only about 5'7", 5'8", so we fit back here pretty well. But if you are a little bit taller, then you might want to consider something else, or just know that coming into it. I mean, I don't really sit in the back seat of my cars very much, but you do what you gotta do. We do have a newborn, so he sits right there very comfortably, and we don't have to move that passenger seat at all. So that's very nice. There's enough room lengthwise to where we don't have to move that passenger seat. So and then moving on here to the trunk. Again, we have a newborn, so this trunk is just full of storage for the baby. So this trunk is pretty small, to be honest with you. It's enough for us, but I'm curious to see whenever we go on like a longer trip. We love Disney, if you can't tell. So if we when we decide to go to Disney World later this year, that's like a 600-mile drive, and I'm curious to see how this car would handle all of our luggage and everything, especially having a newborn, and you have to basically bring your whole house with you. So that's the trunk, and then there is some space underneath here, which is not a whole lot of space, but we really just have an EVSE under there that I like to keep in the car just in case anything ever happens. So yeah, that is basically the tour of this car. Again, it's just a lot of car for 30 grand. That's what I keep thinking. This is really a $55,000-$60,000 car, and I feel like I kind of stole it. So I really enjoy this car. I like it a lot. It charges pretty well. It kind of just sticks at 125, 150 kilowatts at a DC fast charger. The only thing with this car that you have to be mindful of, especially if you're road tripping, is the voltage on these is very low. So in order to get kilowatts, it is an amps times voltage. So the voltage of the car is what the voltage of the car is. You can't really change that. So you have to choose a charger with enough amperage to get you to a kilowatts that you want to be at. So this car is at 288 volts, and so that is very low. So you have to get to a charger that has a lot of amperage. So if you're using Electrify America or EVgo, then you really want to get the chargers that have 500 amps, and that's the max that this car can take, and that's what gets it to 125 to 150 kilowatts at a DC fast charger. So just keep that in mind. With Tesla superchargers, you are good. Those can do 500 amps pretty easily. So that's our plan whenever we do decide to take this car on a road trip, is to just use the supercharger network. And yeah, so one more thing I do want to show you is this car does work on the supercharger network. Honda has it coming in June, but what you can do as a workaround for now is you can just say that you are wanting to charge a Chevy Blazer on the supercharger network, and those do have access right now. So inside the Tesla app, you can just say, hey, I'm charging a Chevy Blazer, and it won't know any different. So I got one of these. This is a Electron adapter, so it goes from NACS to CCS. And so I bought this used on Facebook Marketplace for like $100. So that's pretty awesome. So that's our plan for taking this on road trips. I'm pretty curious to see how this car would do on a road trip compared to my Model Y. I think my Model Y would be quicker still, but I would be curious to see. So yeah, that's really it for this car. It's a lot of car. I like it a lot, and I'm very happy with our purchase. One other kind of plus to this car is that it still has the original warranties that came on it. So it has like a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty bumper to bumper from Honda. And it also has a 100,000 mile, 8-year warranty on the battery. So I know that we can drive this car for several years to come. The car will definitely be paid off by the time any expensive things could pop up potentially. But I mean, these cars are solid. It's built on the Ultium platform. It's got like an 85 kilowatt hour battery usable, 90 kilowatt hour battery gross. And so this car can go probably about 230, 240 miles realistically. I'm averaging about 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour. And so, yeah, I mean, I know that we can drive this car for my wife and my family, and it drives very quietly, very smooth. And I know that we can drive this car for many years to come, and anything that could potentially go wrong should be covered by the manufacturer's warranty. So I'm curious to see what you guys think about this car, and if you think it was a good decision to get this. You can get these cars, these Honda Prologues and the Chevy Blazer, for about the same price right now. So I kind of like the Honda Prologue, but the Chevy Blazer I think looks a little bit more futuristic. But this is my wife's car and she wanted the Prologue, so we got the Prologue. But it's essentially the same car underneath. It works the same. It's built by GM. It's a great car. I think the Ultium platform has been proven, and I think it is pretty reliable. So now that these prices have come down so much, I think it's saying a lot that people like me and you know, people who just don't make a ton of money can get a used EV for a very good price. So I have always gotten used cars. I've never leased a car. I have purchased one new car in my life, and that's really it. So I'm typically used to buying used cars and keeping them for a little while. So I think this car is going to be great for the next 5-6 years, and I'll keep you guys updated if anything happens along the way. So that's it for today. Just be sure to like the video, subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.